Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be taking a look at this, which is all of my Time Squad Doctor Who figures. So yeah, but before we get into that, please remember to like and subscribe, and yeah, let's get into the video. So I'm going to be taking a look at all of these. These are very nostalgic things. I bought these in around 2015-16 kind of time, and they really bring about all of the nostalgic things I used to go out and buy when I first became a Doctor Who fan. So these things are really interesting things to look at, to be honest. But they are very cool, and I did enjoy playing with them when I was very young. So let's get into it by looking at the 12th Doctor first. So taking a look at the 12th Doctor, he has the sonic screwdriver that he used from Series 8 to about Series 9, and then he also got the new one. The head sculpt is very interesting with Peter Capaldi's attack eyebrows there, but the face is very kind of cartoony, which is what you kind of expect from something like this. Yeah, so all of the things seem to be more of a cartoony portrayal of the Doctor, a bit like what you'd see in the Doctor Adventure comics and stuff like that, Doctor Adventures. Yeah, so that's rather cool. Taking a look at articulation, well, the head does a full 360 degrees and also can pop off. That's something interesting. That's interesting. So at least the arms can do 160 degrees and also can be posed like that, holding his hand shape, hand gesture, and then the Sonic obviously has screen light and all the 3 prongs on either side. Yeah, interesting there. And then on the side, just the same articulation on the previous side, and then obviously the shoes and the legs are more rounded, which is very nice. I do like the Time Squad figures. They are very unique, I'd have to say that. But the body here has got all the different layouts there, and also there should be a waistcoat here, but they obviously haven't bothered with it because it's more of a cartoony portrayal. But yeah, these things are just a bit of fun, really. I do really like them though. They are really lovely. You can have Peter Capaldi over here like this. You know, like it's rather cool. I think they've catched a good kind of cartoony portrayal of the Doctor of Peter Capaldi very well. So yeah, let's move on to the next Doctor. Let's move on to the next figure, which is Matt Smith. Yeah, so this is Matt Smith, and as you can see, it is based on his outfit in the Bells of St. John. So he hasn't got the waistcoat, he's just got the purple coat, and yeah. But it's a very nice thing anyway. It's nice cartoony thing anyway. You got the nice kind of face there. He does look a bit creepy, but yeah, which is a bit strange. But it is a nice kind of like cartoony portrayal thing, a bit like how I used to see in some of the Doctor Adventure comics and stuff. But yeah, it is very nice with all the hand kind of gesture, and the Sonic is literally the same as Peter Capaldi's, obviously because they're the same prop. But yeah, as you can see, it does look very interesting. Anyway, a very nice bow tie detail all across there, and the buttons and the shoes are brown, capturing like what he actually had, whereas Peter Capaldi just got black shoes. Matt Smith had the brown shoes, and these are just kind of black. So yeah, the purple jacket's nice though. It's got a little bit of detail, not very much because it's obviously a cartoony portrayal, but yeah. The articulation's the same as Peter Capaldi's, literally exactly the same. Yeah, exactly the same. The head can do 160 degrees and also pop off, which is interesting, because these figures were built on very flimsy kind of things, but they all came out in 2015, so 2015-16 kind of time. But I do remember getting these. I have fond memories of going into the shop and picking these up. I think it was like in Toys R Us, and I bought them other places in town and stuff. But yeah, they are very cool, and yeah, I do like them. It would make more sense though for this figure to have the tweed jacket, because the sculpt kind of looks more like the tweed jacket one. But never mind anyway. But I do like the nice detail on the cliff like the thing that goes over the top, his quiff over the top, down there. His eyes seem to be very blue, which is a bit weird considering Matt Smith's eyes are green, but never mind, it's just a cartoony portrayal at the end of the day. Yeah. Rather strange, but the detail on the side, they've given him like a massive forehead for some weird reason. Like a massive forehead, I think. Look at that. Yeah, so I do like these kind of cartoony portrayals, and quite a big chin around the side as well, so that's interesting to note. But yeah, I do like this. Very cool. The bow tie is like more of a kind of purplish colour, the same as the jacket, but a little bit darker. So let's move on to the next Time Squad figure. Here is the Vasta Narada. Yeah, so this is a bit of an odd one, considering the previous two were from the actual time that these came out. This one's rather an oddity. I've got to go into a little bit of context here. So Time Squad was originally launched in 2009, 2010. So when when Matt Smith became the Doctor and David Tennant left the role of the Doctor, they did some of these figures with David Tennant. So there is another Doctor that you can pick up, but these are the ones that I picked up because they're in stores at the time. But this one is just a reissue of the original. So let's get into this one here, the Vasta Narada. Vasta Narada's got this articulated head that's very nice, and this one doesn't pop off, surprisingly, because it's got this kind of mesh piece underneath it, the thing that you may remember in Series 4 of Doctor Who, and yeah, it does have this nice articulation though, can go like nearly all the way around, but it is hindered by this side. But when you do come around, it mainly rests on the knees and on the shoes a bit. So interesting figure. There's no kind of real articulation in the middle at all, but really nice kind of cartoony representation of the Vasta Narada. I do like the shoes; they're very nicely detailed there, and yeah, a really nice kind of figure. So I do like this Vasta Narada figure. Yeah. It's a bit strange though that they released it in 2015, but I suppose they didn't want to waste money on making new sculpts or something like that. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. So here's the next one, the Weeping Angel. This one does look rather cool. I do like this one. Rather fierce, and the expression on that face. Just get to focus. Yeah, look at that. That is terrifying to be honest. You got the like hair there. Not really any texture at all, but yeah, and you got these kind of. This one's got middle articulation, which is interesting to know. Also got kind of these like claws-esque and this kind of like evil kind of expression, which I think is rather interesting. And no legs at all because, well, Weeping Angels don't have legs really. But it's got very interesting sculpt. Head can do nearly 430 degrees, but is hindered by the wings. Note this one is actually missing a wing. I have no idea where it's gone. I can't find it anywhere in the box that these guys were in, so I'm guessing I just kind of lost it or it fell off for some weird reason. But yeah. So the head does not come off like the Doctor figures. But yeah, it's really nice. It's got articulation that moves all the way around and moves all the way up and down. Head does swivel a bit. Wings had no articulation, and this one definitely didn't because it broke off. Yeah, so really nice figure, and kind of you can display it like this. So I mainly have been displaying it like this before because the wing's broken. So I go like that. So like that, menacing. And you say you could have, I don't know, Matt Smith being like, I don't know, captured. Oh, Amy and Rory, something like that, which is rather funny. You can do that, but interesting figure nonetheless. So moving on to the next one. So moving on to another Series 4 character. This is a Series 4 character of Doctor Who, which was in the Fires of Pompeii. It was that weird rock kind of lava thing at the end of Fires of Pompeii. Yeah, it's an interesting thing nonetheless. This was another one of those reissue figures, because there were, I think about a load of them were reissued. I'm not sure whether the Weeping Angel was a reissue or not, but yeah, this one was a reissue, I believe. But rather nice detail, this one. It's got kind of the, if I just hold it up to the light, you can kind of see the reflection of the lava kind of goes through it, which I think is rather interesting. So yeah, you got the arm goes all the way around, so that's a nice bit of articulation there. Arms can kind of sort of all the way around. A middle piece again. This is seemed to be a regular occurrence now because it happened on the Weeping Angel. So middle bit can twist all the way around, and arms can go up and down. Head cannot turn at all. The head is glued still. Yeah, completely glued still. You can't move it. I think that's because of the mesh piece they got round here that seems to be stuck here. But really nice detail anyway. I believe they did a character options big like a 5-inch one that you could get, but this one's the smaller one, the only one I have. So yeah, rather interesting figure. The eyes do look a bit weird. It kind of looks like it isn't a Doctor Who figure, to be honest. But rather interesting nonetheless. So moving swiftly on to two Clockwork droids. So these are the two Clockwork droids I have here. Yeah, so rather interesting, interesting things. I've got two of them. Yeah, I think someone bought me one as a present, and then I got another one I bought one, and then someone bought me as a present, so that's why I ended up with two, I believe, or something along those lines anyway. But I managed to army build these guys, so now I've got two. So I could just have Peter Capaldi being, I don't know, like attacked by the Clockwork droids. But yeah, be nice to get a David Tennant just to go with them. A little pack there. But yeah, so these two are very interesting. I'm surprised they didn't do the half-faced man that was in Peter Capaldi's first episode, because you could have used this body as like a base or a template to make it, because they're rather similar anyway. So yeah, the articulation. So I might as well put one aside. So the articulation, just you can't move the head at all. It only seems to be like the first two or three figures that can move the head. This one kind of moves but makes a bit of a weird noise. I'll just wait for the camera to focus again. Yep, it's focused. Arms can go up and down with kind of the thing that jacks out their arm. This is from Girl in the Fireplace, by the way, these two. Yeah, so nice articulation, goes up and down. Arms can go swivel all the way around, so that's nice. Good articulation there. Rather interesting sculpt, really. Sculpt with this nice kind of flowing piece here, but it doesn't really flow down that great. But yeah, nice sculpt and everything. Lovely detail, anyway. These two are very captured in the design. Very nice with the masks, been painted very nicely. Doesn't seem to be any scuffs on these two that much, so I think I've maintained them pretty well, considering they've been in a box for years anyway. I think I've maintained them really well, so rather nice and detailed sculpts and everything. The white tie, I think, does the white like bow tie with the things hanging down, the cravat kind of piece, I think does look really nice. And with the like frills, I was just thinking if they ever made like John Pertwee as one of these, they could use this body because it's got the bow tie and it's got the kind of the shirt is very similar to what John Pertwee would. I think that would be really cool. But these two are really great. You could have, you know, your doctors surrounded by these two. They could be like captured or something like that. That would be rather interesting. But yeah, these two are really nice. I do really like them. As I've got to say, they were very nice to have at the time. So, moving swiftly on to the last but not least, the Cyberman. So here we have the Cyberman, which was featured in the finale of Series 8. As you remember, the one where Danny Pink dies and becomes a Cyberman. You'll remember that episode. Yeah, which is really nice detail, this one. It's got the blue thing in the middle, and the headpiece looks really nice. The gun on the side there, these ones do look really cool. And kind of got the articulation does move all the way around. That's really nice to have. Up and down, really great. I do remember playing with this one a lot. The two I remember playing with a lot were these two, because I could have Peter Capaldi talking to the Cyberman, like agreeing with it, and then like just literally beating him up with the Sonic, like that. Which was something I remember playing with these guys quite a lot. But these things are really great. I do love this Cyberman. He's got articulation on the arm, so you can move up and down and sideways all the way around. And this one moves up and down, but it's restricted by the head. But you can move the head out of the way, so you can move it all the way around. Head moves around. But a little bit of trivia for you. This head, I believe, was the one that was used in the 2009 wave of Time Squad figures. So it is nice that they kind of did a bit of tool reusage, and also that I believe they changed the chest piece, because obviously you couldn't have that. I think the arm they changed as well, because it had the cyber logo, but the head looks perfectly fine, of a good cartoony expression. All of these guys look really great as cartoony. They're just a bit of fun, really. I know way back in 2009 they did like Slitheen's and Daleks. I believe they did Daleks in this wave as well, but I don't have any of those because they always looked a bit weird to me personally. They looked very strange. Yeah. So that brings me to the end of today's video. So, we're at the end of the video. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And, yeah, that's the end of today's video. So, I'll see you in a video soon enough. Goodbye for now.